In today's video, we're going to be integrating GetResponse with WordPress using mail opt-in. So on the GetResponse dashboard, we're going to go to Tools at the top. Then we'll go to Integrations and API. And here, we just want to click on API. Next, we're going to generate an API key. And I'm going to call mine mail opt-in. We'll click on Generate. And then we're going to copy our API key. Now we'll need to go back to our WordPress dashboard. We'll go to mail opt-in, hover and click on Integrations. And here we have a long list of integrations, but we just want to find GetResponse. It's right here in the bottom left-hand corner. So I'm going to click on Configure. Then I'll paste the API key over here. And I'm not a GetResponse Max customer, so I'm going to skip the next option and click on Save Changes. So now we can go to opt-in campaigns on the left-hand side. We'll also need to add a new campaign. We'll call it GetResponse. And then we're going to go ahead and choose a template. So we'll be taken to the opt-in builder, and on the right hand side, we can see a preview of the opt-in, while on the left, we have our settings. For example, if we go to design, we can make changes to the opt-in's width. We can also use this drop-down menu to select a display effect. We also have options to select colors and add custom CSS. The elements on the opt-in are also clickable. For example, here we have the options to customize the headline. So here I am hiding it using the toggle switch. Now here's the description. And again, we have the options on the left, and now we can see the options for the form fields. So for example, we can choose to use custom HTML, or we can have only a call to action button simply by toggling this switch. Here's the button, and here are its customization options. Now, if we turn this off, we can use the regular form fields. So here's the name field, which you can customize. And we also have an email field, which is also customizable. However, it's required by default. So this one cannot be hidden. You can also click on this button to add a custom field, provide a title, select a type, and customize it. I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. And right now we can see our submit button options. So as an example here, I'm just going to change the background color of this to green. And maybe we can change our button label as well. So right now it's just subscribe. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next menu item. Now under configuration, we can choose to hide the close button. We can also disable the escape key. We can close the overlay on click. And here are some sound effects that we can choose from. We have cookie duration options. And finally, there's also an option to hide or show mail opt-in's branding. Moving along, we'll go to the integrations tab. And here we can choose to keep our leads inside of mail opt-in. However, in our case, we want to add a new integration. So we'll select GetResponse from this list. Next, we'll need to choose our email list. In my case, I only have one and we are good to go. All right, so I'm going to go back and move on to after conversion. These options basically determine what happens after a lead converts. We're showing a success message. Okay, so now we're going to go to our final tab, which is display rules. And here we'll set up the trigger for our opt-in, which is after scrolling down X%, we'll activate the rule and set the value of X. In this case, it's 4%. Now we'll need to save our changes. We'll go ahead and activate the rule. And next we will exit the opt-in builder. And we'll go ahead and test out our integration. So we'll visit our site, and based on our display rule, we're going to scroll down to about 4% of it. Once the opt-in shows up, we're going to enter a name and email, then subscribe. We'll see the success message. Here it is. And now we can go back to GetResponse to see if our lead was transferred over. So let's click on contacts in the menu at the top. And next we'll click on the email list that we used. And here's our lead. Now, in addition to opt-in campaigns, GetResponse can also be used with email campaigns. For example, if I add a new email campaign, I can select email automation, enter a title. In this case, I'm going to call it emails, and then select a type. Now, we have new post notification, which means that subscribers will get an email whenever a new post is published. There's also post email digest, which is basically a roundup of your latest posts. You can find links to tutorials on both in the description down below. Here I'm going to select this template for the new post notification email, and we'll be taken to the email builder, which is similar to the opt-in builder. Here we have a preview of the email, and on the left, you'll see our customization option. So to integrate GetResponse, go to settings and scroll all the way down to recipient and select GetResponse in the connection drop-down menu. All right, and be sure to check out the full tutorials in the description down below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.